Hi, my name is Abby Linville, and this is part 2 of my Module 12 case study for EDL 854. So I've already identified my 3 options and went through the pros and cons for each option. So now I am going to tell you which one I selected to be my option to move forward with. So immediately I knew that I wanted to take option 1 off the table, to take no action and not be able to take the opportunity to repair those community school relationships was something that would be too big of a risk for me, and not doing that would not sit well with me as a principal. So I would take number 1 off as an option immediately. When looking at options 2 and 3, number 2 has some appealing qualities, as I want to do the apology to the community and start working on that community school relationship. I do think it's important to refund the money from the raffle, but cutting the supplementary curriculum programs and taking steps to end the parent foundations, I think would have a detrimental effect on the students going forward. We do not have funds right now to replace the funds that are raised through fundraisers that the foundations donate to us. So I think to eliminate that without a backup plan would be too risky, and not having those supplementary curriculum programs in place for the students would be detrimental to them. So that means that I think option 3 is the best option. I think it's important for us to take steps to apologize to the community, and I think it's important to refund the money to them. I think working collaboratively with the other building principals and the superintendent to help develop a plan that doesn't take away from the other schools in the community, because I don't think that they should have to pay for the mistakes made by the foundation at Briardale, but I do believe that the students at Briardale should not pay for the mistakes made by the foundation, and that they deserve to have access to those supplementary curriculums too. So I think working with the other building principals and the superintendent to create a plan that still gives access to the Briardale Elementary students is super important. I also would like to take the opportunity to evaluate the current policies that are in place and work to develop those stronger plans for fundraising and accepting donations from the foundation, and also develop some guidelines for what does the relationship between the school and the foundation look like moving forward. And I think that although Mr. Barely, I don't think, did anything intentionally to be harmful to the school community, he did break a law, and because of that, I think he should be asked to step down from the foundation, because his actions and not looking into the raffle for cash event beforehand had a severe detrimental effect on the school and the school community, and I think that he should be asked to step down from the foundation. So in order to put this plan into place, the first thing that I would need to do is I would need to contact the superintendent. I need to share with the superintendent what my plan is going forward, and if he or she can support me in my efforts to put this plan into place. Using her or his feedback is the decision on how I would move forward. The next step after contacting the superintendent would be to collaborate with the superintendent and the director of public relations to develop a statement that would explain to the community in our role and the raffle for cash event, and start to help building that trust back with them, so that they trust the school and trust the choices that we are making to help serve their students in the community. I really think it's important to collaborate with the two of them, because I need them to be able to support whatever statement that I as a principal would put out, or that Mr. Santos would put out. But if I were acting as Mr. Santos, what I would put out, they need to be supportive of that, and we need to make sure that there would be no legal concerns. And so I think consulting with both of them would make me feel confident going forward giving that statement. I also think as part of this, I would work with them to decide how are we going to return the money to the community members who purchased the raffle tickets. It would be wrong for us to keep money that was raised in an illegal manner. So I think it's important that to build that trust, that we give that money back to the community members that purchased those tickets. I think after that would be the time to contact Mr. Barely to ask for his resignation, and hopefully he would be understanding that having someone who's been convicted even of a misdemeanor as the head of a foundation that deals with a large amount of money would not look good for the school district in our collaboration with them. And after we have his resignation, I would then share the statement and the plan with the community. After sharing the statement and plan with the community, then I need to work with the foundation members to identify a new foundation president. That's something that they could be working on as I start to work collaboratively with the administrative team, but I think it's important that they start working on that and identifying who that new foundation president is while I'm taking these next steps. I need to then, like I said, work collaboratively with the administrative team to advocate for some equitable funding that would be fair to the students at Briardale and also to the students in schools and the other schools across the community. I think that even though we're not going to be able to bring all of our fundraising money to the table as we would in years prior, we still need to make sure that the students are provided with equal opportunities that the students in other schools in the district are given access to. So working out a plan to ensure that they still get to access those programs would be a great next step. After that, I think that I need to work collaboratively with the administrative team to evaluate the current policies that are in place. Specifically the policies that have to deal with fundraising and accepting donations. We need to know what are acceptable fundraisers to use in our schools, and also we need to look critically at who we're accepting donations from. We need to make sure that they are following the same fundraising policies that we as a school have. So even if the foundation is not a part of the school district, they need to be following the same guidelines that we as a school district would follow too, because anytime you're collaborating with an outside entity, they need to have the same ethical and legal mindset that you do as a district as well. So after developing those policies and guidelines, then we need to develop some guidelines for the relationship between the school and the foundation. We need to identify what's their responsibility in the supplementary curriculum funding and what's ours, and make sure that those guidelines are really clear so that we can share those with not only the foundation president, but the foundation themselves, so that they know going forward what each of our role is in this process. So after we have those guidelines developed, we'll then meet with the foundation and share those new policies, make sure that they can support them and that they don't want any adjustments to be made to them. And then after we are done communicating the policies to the foundation, then we need to take that to the broader community, and we need to communicate what the updated budget will be for the upcoming school year. And I also share the new policies to the community. I think the community, seeing that we took steps to help remedy the situation and to prevent the situation from happening again, will really start to build that relationship of trust between the school and the community again. I thank you so much for listening to my presentation. I hope you have a great day.